Are we live? Yeah, we're live. There we go. Ha ha. Okay, so hold on a second. I got to do this. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is a completely unscheduled, off the cuff show. Kind of like a tech test, kind of like that. But yeah, as you guys can see, we have the whistles and bells back, and so we can look forward to having a much more professionally done show. So yeah, I'm not going to be on too long. I just want to say hi to people. Holy crap, the comments are back. Katie! See, I had a feeling that it would have to do with the billing. Wow, this stuff looks kind of cool. It well, some different options. Yeah, StreamYard kind of got updated a little bit while I was gone, so I'm gonna have to learn to use all the new toys. But yeah, we are back. Um, so like I said, this is kind of like a tech test, kind of like an endurance test. It's like somewhere in between. I want to build my endurance back up so that I can start doing like 3 shows a week. At least close to what I used to do. You know, and now that things are going well, now that things are safe and sound, and we're actually starting to able to build a life again instead of just fighting to exist. It's time to use that time well. Hey, Raymond, as you can see, we've got the whistles and bells back, broski. So the rebranding is going very, very well. Everything is going very, very well. Even the situation with the blown pump is going very, very well. The new pump works like a charm. So everything is going well. Um, at this point, the main thing we need to worry about now is getting back up to the quality, which we can do. Um, to that point, Eldon is helping me by taking over management of the things that we have to do for the studio. So he's helping us get it organized and helping it get the vision realized, as it were. So today, there's no particular subject. It's just you. If you, I'm gonna ramble until you guys ask me a question, and then we'll go there. We can go Q&A, whatever you guys want. Most importantly, we just gotta keep it, at least around a half an hour. We can go more, but I want to do at least a half an hour, and yeah, so might as well have fun while we're doing it. I used to do these things by myself, or just like stare at the screen, and then I don't remember who it was, but somebody suggested that we do this tech test live. So here we are. And so far, so good. It is buttery smooth. The internet is buttery smooth. So yeah, so far, so good. This coffee has been creamed by eggnog. This is coffee nog. Egg coffee nog? And we're working on it. So yeah, let's see. We got some stuff coming up. The Ray says his video is freezing now and then. Hmm. Is anybody else getting like stops and starts in their video feed, please? If you are, please say so. Ray's computer is that's not even really Ray's computer. Ray's computer's got Nog fee. There we go. Ray's computer got left behind, so he's working from the backup computer. So I'm not really sure if that machine can even handle the level of internet. I know the Steam Deck. It's a G6 machine, but that thing goes so fast. We're clocking speeds of 300 megabytes per second. I feel like it's reaching terminal velocity. All right, Katie says hers is fine. All right. Well, we'll get your workstation replaced pretty soon, right? Don't worry about it. So yeah, we've been working on some stuff, and we got some really, really interesting things coming up. I'm actually really not sure how it's all going to work, but I know it's going to be interesting. For one thing, we'll be teaching the the my words is failing me. We've been asked to teach about the paranormal and whatnot at an institute. Basically, it's going to be Tombstone's first institute for paranormal research and defense. Paranormal research and defense. So how that's going to work with the shows, I don't know, but it's going to be great. And I cannot wait to start doing more shows from the Silver Eagle. You guys are going to love it. It is like the ideal place, and like that I've and there's the puppy. It's like the ideal place to film the shows from. You know. So we've got a very special interview coming up in a few days. One Eldon McAville is going to be on the show, and we're going to be interviewing him about the plans. And you guys got to understand. I think this is the second interview he's ever given, and they've both been to me. Wait, where's my other thumb? There we go. There we go. Ah. And then beyond that, we have Mario Gandolfo coming in for basically the premiere episode of My Alien Life. His story is amazing, like many of the stories on my Alien Life. Raymond says his good too. All right, maybe it's just yours. Do you have everything turned off? You might want to try turning everything off but your browser and then see. So yeah, lots of work coming up. And then on top of that, the Mackinville Paranormal Team is going to be revisiting a haunt called Oracle. I don't, Eldon will tell you guys more about it when we do the interview. But it's a place like they already know our team. They already know what we can do. They're basically letting us come back there to do a revisited kind of show. And there's a whole naming scheme because the documentary that we filmed at the Silver Eagle is called Paranormal Unvisited. I think it was what it was. I don't know. The name's on there. I just take the pictures. So yeah, the success with the Silver Eagle has led to, quite frankly, so much attention. We're having to turn away people, and it's like we don't have time to do all of these things. I feel like that the beginning of the second act in Ghostbusters. I'm not even going to lie. Like sometimes we're tired and we still have to field calls from people, and it could be late at night. When your job is to bust ghosts, you stay up rather late because that's when the ghosts are awake. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to shop that. Ray said I had a bunch of work stuff open that I forgot to close. Yeah, that might do it, buddy. So yeah, things are going really, really good, and very, very soon in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, I'll be able to tell you guys a lot more. I gotta have to zip it. I actually have to ask regularly. Okay, what am I allowed to say? What am I allowed to talk about? It's very cool being part of a team, and I'm really, really happy to actually have a job on a team again. You know, but yeah. So Mario Gandolfo is the executive producer on the Paranormal Unvisited or Paranormal Lockdown, whatever they end up calling the documentary we just filmed. He also directed Geronimo's Revenge. I'm sorry, Mr. Mario. This is my broken brain. It's not that I can't remember your work. Yeah, he and in general, he's actually a really good guy. He's the opposite of what I expected because this is not my first Hollywood rodeo. It's my second Hollywood rodeo. I'll give you a guy. I'll give it that. I'm still relatively inexperienced, but the people that I met on my first rodeo, aside from Christopher, and you know who you are, man, Chris Cross. Uh, Aside from him, the experience was jarring. It almost made me rethink wanting to be a director. Um, yeah, but Mario is not what you'd expect, Like, he's a very snazzy dresser, but that's like it. That's the only kind of Hollywood guy you get when you talk to him, so it was very, very easy to talk to him. And basically, it boils down to he's just an artist like me. He just got his shit more together, you know? So that's fun. But yeah. So how are you guys? And for just a second, I was surprised that there being no response. And remember, cats, through the comments, they're comments. But yeah. Now, as far as entertainment shows go, we've got the gaming thing ready to go. Now we just need the elbow grease to get it going. So that'll be fun. So coming up on Friday or Saturday, probably Saturday, since I decided to come on here today, but on the next like actual show, we're going to go into part two of the universal consciousness and um, and what panpsychism could mean for the day to day person. 1 second, I'm about to cough up a lung. I'm not a fish, and if I were a fish, I would not breathe coffee. So yeah, panpsychism. We're going to go into part two, and hopefully that will be a lot more organized. We talked to everybody and laid down some rules, so the next official show should be a lot more together and organized, and be the regular level of craziness. It will be getting more sedate, but that's not to say it will be drama and gloomy. Is basically I think that the show works better when I restrain myself a little bit more and have less of a manic kind of, attitude. I mean, it's fine for stand-up comedy, but not an actual show that we hope to get taken seriously, especially given the things that we're researching and the kind of things we're asking people to believe. So, you know, they've been explaining to me and try to teach me how to people, and I think I'm learning a little bit better. But one of the things that I did learn is that I could be presenting this a lot better and making the job a lot easier on myself. So that's what we'll be doing. Mostly, I can't wait to get started at the Silver Eagle. I'm looking forward to it. Like actually sitting down with people who actually want to hear what I have to say. I mean, you guys want to hear what I have to say, but like strangers, you see what I mean? But so we're managing. We're trying not to let the sudden success go to our heads. But I mean, let's face it, I got a pretty big head. Oh, dead soldier. 13. I got at least 17 more minutes to go to make sure this is a good proper tech test. So Tombstone. Wow, that was I'm in Tombstone, folks. Well, I'm not in Tombstone right now, but you know what I mean. I'm working in Tombstone. Like I'm feels like I'm finally starting to get somewhere. Like I'm finally starting to break out of the rut. That's what I've been saying to everybody. Persistence plus adaptability, whatever, equals success. And that's in whatever you're trying to do. If you can adapt and stay passionate about your idea, you will succeed. It's just a matter of time. The question is, do you have more stamina than the universe is going to give you time? Sadly, for a lot of people, that's true, but that's where the adaptability part comes in. The more adaptable you are, the easier you can achieve your goal. I mean, unless your goal is totalitarianism, in which case, then you're kind of screwed. Um, there are comments coming from the show in Facebook. Okay. Um, I don't know what this means. I think what he means is some of the comments that are going in Facebook are not showing up here in StreamYard. We'll see. Raymond said, "Oh, okay, all right. Oh, this is why we're doing the test. I'm pretty tired of missing the comments. You see what I mean? So this is part of why we're doing this. So I got comments coming in from Facebook. I got comments coming in from YouTube, and I don't have it hooked up on to Twitch for this episode. But if the comments for the for face for Facebook and YouTube are okay, then the comments from Twitch will be fine too. Let's see. What else? What else can I tell you guys? I mean, there's like a lot. The schedule is getting full for the entire next year, but I can't talk about all that much. You know, as we get further and we're able to release things, I can say more. Like for example, now that the final draft of the book is up on Amazon, I can share that stuff with you. Ray's working on a video trailer for it, kind of as we speak. Actually, he might be working on a different trailer as we speak, but you get the idea. And this thing is so good. Okay, yeah. Raymond says he thinks. Okay, got you. Now that's probable. That's probable. The question is, this is going out to my Facebook page and the Lion page. So what I'm wondering is, like, how many of you guys are making comments? Like, tell me where you are. Are you coming from my feed, or are you seeing this on the Lion? Okay, just type in shout out where you're seeing this from. I have a feeling we're getting comments from one Facebook page, but not the other. So, but that's why we're doing this test. That's why we do these things. So yeah, basically at this point, the biggest hurdle we have to face at this point is which jobs are we going to take? Which jobs are we going to put on the channel? You know, and quite frankly, oh no. Oh, please, somebody save me. He says dads are pulling comments in from Cassie Lightwing channel or just the Lion channel. Hmm. Well, I had not considered that it would be difficult to tell the two pages apart. I'm sorry. So yeah, things are going great. Oh, let's see. What else can I fill you guys in on? Unfortunately, nothing else is very exciting. It's an awful lot of like behind the scenes paperwork. It's more paperwork than anything else, you know. Ray, why don't you jump between the two and tell me? There we go. Ray's gonna hop between the two pages and let me know. Um, hmm. No, that's about it. Without having a set subject, I'm just kind of waiting for you guys to interact. Hey, Chris. Chris says, I don't know. I'm watching The Lion. That works. I love you too. So yeah, um, I have to admit, I thought this would all be coming together in Colorado. I do admit that. I never actually thought that a place like Tombstone would be accepting of a guy like me. But when they found out how much I love America, they were cool with it. I was like, all right, cool. And yes, Cassidy is very, very, very patriotic. So, you know what bugs me, I have to say, is just how many people won't talk to me after the election. That has really gotten under my skin. I thought we were better friends than that with a lot of these folks. But like they're so basically my choices were vote your way, vote for the woman that made it possible for my family to murder my daughter just because it's D. No. Well, how could you support that man? Um, better than Kamala. I would vote for a dead goat over Kamala. And every parent from California should have taken a minute to think about what they were doing. It's not about politics. You know, it's about when you know what this person has done, what this person is doing, you know, it becomes very clear that this is no longer, this isn't the battle of lesser two evils. This is, the iniquity of man versus actual evil. You know, Chris says shame on them. I kind of agree. Um, yeah. So I'm not going to go into politics. What the point of me saying this is that we have to get past the idea of, well, you're not my friend anymore because you are not in the same intellectual tribe as me. What? Like seriously, what? Am I too old? Did I turn around and get too old at some point? So you're telling me that the people you can let into your circle to rely and trust and rely your life on and have them rely on you for their lives, that's influenced by whether or not their politics are the same? Okay, so that's called Darwinism. That's what that's called. Okay. That's as ridiculous as picking your friends over baseball team. It really is, you know? And keep in mind, I've lost friends on both sides because either I didn't hate Trump enough or I didn't hate him too much or this or that or the other, whatever, whatever, whatever. The point is that when we do this, when we let these things divide us, we're letting the enemy win. Like frankly, we're letting the enemy win, and is it because, oh, I believe in just God, Star Spangled Trump? No, no. Okay. What I do know is that we could afford to survive. That's what I know. What I know is that n no one wanted none. No one wanted a piece of this when he was president. I know that, you know, and I know that the complaints people have, no one can actually name a real complaint. No one can. Like, literally nobody can. Well, he said you can grab him by the pussy. Yeah, locker room talk which was recorded without his consent, and he was talking about the kind of women that do. He was talking about groupies, and I'm here to tell you, there's a reason I hates me some groupies. I will not allow a groupie in my life. Okay. Groupies are not the same thing as ladies. Yes, they're both women, but they're not the same thing. Okay. And quite frankly, let's think about this for a second. Who is anybody to judge on a woman for wanting to be manhandled by that? Who are we to judge that woman? You see? So it's just bad all the way around. And I guarantee you, well, he said grab him by the pussy, Kamala enslaved black people. Sorry, one's not like the other. So, like I said, it's not about politics, it's about tribe. And we have to break past this. We have to, as a society. This tribalism is bad. As George Carlin would say, it's all bullshit and it's bad for you. You know, Chris says, let's talk about the cultism. Oh, yeah, we could. We absolutely could. Um, And again, there's also some on the other side as well. It's just they're not the ones making the most noise right now. They were the ones making the most noise, 50 years ago, but they're not making that noise now. But yeah, it's at any point where one side or the other asks you to put away your own mind and just believe what they say, that's getting into cultism, you know. And this is coming from somebody who knows cults. That's not to say that every liberal is a cultist. I am a liberal. I'm a classic liberal. I am not a crazy woke liberal. Okay. I do have some conservative views because unfortunately, the recognition of the need to pay your rent is a conservative view. It doesn't make you a conservative if you pay your rent, you know, but paying your being fiscally responsible is a conservative thing. It's a conservative view. Everybody has a blend of conservative and liberal in them, which is why that whole system got set up. I think it was in France that came up with the conservative and liberal sides, but everybody has a little bit of the other side in them. You know, you can be a complete freewheeling, artsy fartsy, liberal arts major and also pay your rent. You know, you can be the freewheeling, Bible thumping, supporting, Christian every single day at church, and then as soon as you're out of church, you take off your thing, you put on your gang bang, and you go shoot the other gang. But on Sunday, oh yeah, you're a church guy. You know, corruption can exist anywhere in any tribe. That's one of the reasons why tribalism is so dangerous. It's fun and it's necessary. It is a necessary survival tool sometimes, but that's where they're getting the populace is by invoking that tribalism and then it's spreading it out to places it does not belong, you know? And the fact is, literally no one is 100% pure, you know? Like I used to have this argument with one of our friends, like real life friends, not just Facebook friends. And and it basically came to the point. It was like, okay, what is your plan there, Lou? Yeah, so what are you gonna do? Check every orange at the supermarket and make sure it wasn't touched by a Trump supporter at any point? Yes. That's crazy, Lou. That's crazy, you know? So at some point it's gotta give. It's the same thing with veganism versus whatever you meatism. Meatism? Paleo. There we go. Veganism versus paleo. They're two tribes. So on the one hand, you get a lot of people, and I'm not singling anybody out. You get a lot of people that say, "Oh, I'm a vegan because I'm emotionally and morally responsible." Why? Oh, because I don't want an animal dying for my food. Do you actually understand that farmers get if you were to put all of the biomass of the animals that farmers have to kill into a bucket and put the biomass that the meat industry has to put in a bucket, the farmer bucket would be over 1,000,000 times larger, okay? The problem is, and this is veganism versus meatism, I'll get to it, is that the farmer, to grow your avocados, the farmer has to kill every squirrel, every mouse, every rat, every rabbit, every insect, every bird, okay? They literally have to murder if since you consider killing animals to be murder, they have to murder millions for one of your avocados. So, where's the tribalism there? "Oh, well, I'm a vegan because of the moral choice." No, and that's not even getting into what the farming industry is doing to the Native Americans and indigenous folks around the planet. Farming and veganism is not morally superior to meatism, and meatism is not more morally or nutritionally superior to veganism, okay? They're both just ways to be, you see? And I was talking to somebody about that, and they were like, "Are you trying to get me to eat meat?" No, 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 no. I'm just trying to say there's a point here. Yes, I can see Eldon. I can see that one. And Ray says that is the correct place. Chris Lovelady says we love the women over here. Doesn't everybody love women? I mean, really? Now you can love women so much that you go the other side and infantilize them, and then that's not only loving women. And then, of course, there's also misogyny. Let's not get to that. I was raised by a world class misogynist, right, Shannon? Yeah. Ha! Yeah, she says. Chris says, I've been harassed more the past 4 years than my whole 46 years. I've never seen so many be the echo chamber. That's kind of the problem, you know. So like what's happening right now is like these people are absolutely panicking. You got this huge subset of women and girls who think their rights suddenly changed on election day. And you go and you like watch things like The View, and you have this Sonny who was a lawyer for fuck's sakes telling people, "Oh, everybody lost their rights today." That is literally not how it fucking works at all. Like even at all. And these people that are saying these lies, they know they're lying. Sonny was a lawyer. Sonny from The View. She literally knew she was lying when she was telling all the watchers of The View that they were going to lose their rights on November 6th. Okay? It was a lie. Now, you could also argue that Trump has lied as well, but I'm not gonna get on that because I will rant. I will rant. So I have decided to scalp you and burn your people to the ground. Just to quote Wednesday Adams. So yeah, it's the tribalism, you know. I have a lot of friends who voted for Kamala. I'm not angry at them, you know. I don't think they're stupid for voting for Kamala. And I'm talking about even friends in California. They had their reasons. Okay. I have a very strong opinion, but that doesn't mean I'm going to force that and a projected opinion on others. That's how you break your tribe. That's how you break your tribe. If you want your tribe to stick together, it has to be through mutual respect and understanding. You know, it can't be through screaming and hollering. And that's what these kids. That's what they've been taught. Oh, if there's something's not doesn't go your way, scream really, really hard, and the police will come and shake their finger at your mommy and daddy. And no, that doesn't work in the real world. Kevin says, "Sup? Hey, Kevin, you forgot the bitches. Sup, bitches?" We're allowed to cuss on this show. Yeah. So a vote for Trump was not a vote against women. Like this whole reproductive rights. The president has nothing to do with that. Like even if Trump personally believed that abortion should be illegal, period, it's not his department. Basic government, like literally not kindergarten level government. What is the kindergarten for high school? Middle school. Middle school level econ tells you that's the legislative department. So it's just that's how you tear apart your tribe is by being an ass, being disrespectful, and attacking. Oh, well, you're racist if you don't believe the same thing I believe. Fuck. You know what I mean? What are you going to do at that point? We have to stick together. United we stand, divided we fall. Period. I do not stand behind that cartoon voice. I regret that cartoon voice. I'm going to say, period. There. That's the bishop that did the marriage in The Hunt for Red October. Princess Bride. Wow. Oh, that was embarrassing. Kevin says, "Oh damn, sup bitches." Yeah, we do have to be a little bit more formal on like the higher class interview shows. This is not one of them. This is just let's hang out. Like, hey, we're okay. Everything's going great. Everything is finally happening. Yeah. Basically, the next big thing that we're waiting to get approved of is the print on demand. So, Kevin, I do believe I owe you a promise from when we were little. And when you were like, "No, Cassidy, you're going to be a writer." I'm like, "I don't want to be a writer." I'm like, "Cassidy, you're going to be a writer someday." No, I am not going to be a writer. I'm going to play video games. So Kevin made me promise a long time ago that he gets the first copy signed. The first copy, no messing around. Not trying to switch him for the second copy. He'll know he has people for that. And there's Mackinville Paranormal with hello. Awesome. This is part of the tech test we're talking about. We're wanting to. We don't want any more of this missing comments nonsense. So I think what we're probably going to end up doing is only project to the Lion and then share that to the main page like we used to do. That way, all of the Facebook comments are coming from one location. But then if people share it, then how? I don't know. I'm not a tech wizard. Or for those of you out there who are into 40K, I'm not a weird boy. That felt like a lie. I'm a very weird boy. I'm just not an orcish weird boy. Max says, after 3 accounts, Cass finally sees my reply. Yeah, the last one between this one and this one, right? So I got that one right there, and then Kevin, Chris, Mackinville Paranormal. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to try our best to like herd all the comments to one Facebook page, but we'll figure it out. So, god damn it, I am so excited about the stuff. I can't talk about it. So you guys are just gonna have to wait because when we interview Mac, not Mac, Eldon McInville in a few days, like he'll tell you guys what he wants you to know, and he'll explain like how what we're doing is different from what other paranormal investigation teams are doing. And you know, like I said, he'll that way I don't have to worry about it. He says, okay, so you got two of the three. It seems so. So yeah, like I said, he'll explain more. I The best way I can say it is we're not your average paranormal team. Like if you watch Taps and Ghost Hunters, that's not what we do. We're bringing actual scientific method with actual instruments. We're a lot closer to the Ghostbusters before they figured out how to turn it into an extermination job than we are, Taps. And part of that is because Eldon's gone out of his way to bring together a group of rather talented individuals, will workers, light workers, psychics, whatever you want to call them. You know, red, medium red is the real damn deal. Um, and you guys will see the proof. We got the proof on video, and you'll be seeing that on the documentary. So I have no idea how he figured out how to, like, he's like Nick Fury, right? I have no idea how he figured out to grab these people that all have these talents without him. I don't know. Either way, it works. It works. It works to the point where, yeah, the building is safe for habitation again. Max says, the real deal, no BS. Yeah, exactly. So you guys can imagine, the entity we had to deal with was no joke. Um, Without referring directly to Tubin Spirit Guide, that was a full-on class 5, you know, as in it could reach out and touch and manipulate the real world to a dangerous degree. Shannon got burned. This thing burned Shannon. Okay, it's actually scarring up. It makes a pretty sexy scar actually, but like she had a full-on ionic burn, you know. So yeah, I have to say even I was impressed. Chris says, Cass, I'm glad you're doing this. You show up the haters. Number one fan. I love you too, Chris. Well, the thing is about the haters is if they would calm down, they'd realize there's no problem. There's no competition. There's no need, you know? Although the one thing I will say that I really would like to put a stop to is a lot of the haters that do believe in, will working and things like that, David. Hmm. They like to spread rumors that the cast is throwing curses and whatnot. And no, you know, um, no, Christ didn't give me this ability to hurt people. Could I try black magic? Yeah, I could try it. I know it. My dad made sure I know it, but no, I'm good. Matthias says, "Hey, where's Kristen?" I don't quite remember. Like, no, I don't. I'm like, I remember where Kristen is. I don't remember your name. You said a long time ago. Yeah. Anyway, so I didn't. That's not what I do. I don't do that. And even if I could, why would I want to? That's how you get on the big guy's bad side, you know? So these people, they make up these rumors of any kind. And quite frankly, I think I've matured to the point where I'm like, hey, thanks. So yeah, it's all good. Kristen went her own way, and we wish her well. So your name, Matthias, sounds familiar, but I don't remember. I don't remember. But yeah, Kristen went her own way. And, as far as I can tell, no hard feelings. But You never know. I have this amazing knack for pissing people off. I was talking to a friend of mine once, and I was like, "You gotta understand, man, if we were in a tribal situation, they would have somebody with me to warn you if you were about to deal with me." And and my buddy goes, "Why? Because you're all powerful?" And no, because I piss people off. And he goes, "Well, yeah." Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. It's just learning how to people is a little bit harder than it looks in the movies. All right, so we've made it to 40 minutes. I think another 5 minutes, and that'll be good. And I think that will let that I think that'll be all the data we need. So thank you for coming and hanging out with me. But let's see what else to talk about. Yeah, love and togetherness, like it yeah, kind of like the Queen song. It seems such an old fashioned word, but I mean, to quote Captain America, with all the things that are coming to light, maybe we need a little bit of old fashioned, you know? But yeah, the thing is, the reason why Trump's side won is because they practiced togetherness. The reason why Kamala's side lost is because they practiced exclusion. Okay. It was, if you don't do whatever I say, then you're not good enough for me to be around you. Whereas the other side, even if you were a Kamala supporter, they're like, that's okay. You're here with us. We're all Americans. We all got red blood. We're all good. You know, that's why. That's why he won. Let's see. He says, okay, she find other easy to do something else. I hope to talk to you again. She was a good one for you. Eh, well, like I said, no hard feelings. And again, I wish her well. I hope she cuts a few more albums. But yeah, so that's exactly the kind of thing that people want. Everybody's exhausted, everybody's tired, nobody wants to fight anymore, you know? And if somebody comes along and says, "Hey, I offer you a reprieve from the fight," and then the other person says, "Hey, no, no, you need to fight more." Who are you going to listen to? You know? He says Trump has promised to release 5 documents. Well, he better release more than 5. No, no, I'm hoping he does. I really do. I've told you guys before, and that's one of the things we're going to be working on now that we have a full on editing team, and Eldon's managing the art studio. I'm hoping we can find some of those CIA documents that have been declassified and show you guys on the screen instead of asking you to go sort through the CIA website. We can just show you. You know, the thing is the way they've done this is very, very sneaky. When disclosure finally does happen, the FBI and then they're all going to be able to say, "We told you a long time ago." What? So I hope Trump does release all that information. Main thing, if I could say one thing that he'd better do, it's pardon the J6ers. That was bullshit. Not the ones who are actually rioting and throwing punches and shit. No, no, no. You done, son. But I'm talking about like the little old ladies that the cops let in. That's horseshit, you know? So we'll see. If Trump actually does everything he promises to do, it'll be a happy world. But quite frankly, I think if any president had actually done everything they promised to do, the world would be a happy place. But then again, I might be seeing the world through rose-colored glasses. You know, one of the reasons I keep getting taken for a ride is I don't I don't see the badness. And I'm not saying that like, "Oh, I'm such a good person. I just don't see the evil." No, it's like evil shields itself, you know? And I can't I can look at you. I can meet you anywhere you want, any day on the street. I could shake your hand, and just by touching your hand, I can tell you your full potential and where you could find yourself if you just applied yourself. But what I can't see is how you're gonna ride, how you're gonna trick me, how, you know, And we see this a lot with all the people that we've had come through the show that claimed to be, a starseed or claimed to be a necromancer or claimed to be this or claimed to be that. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. And then turns out they're not, you know, they're learning, cool, but they're not there yet. And quite frankly, isn't everybody, you know? But I have to it's like being blind to a particular color, you know? Like you can see all the other colors of the spectrum, but if anything was green, it is invisible to you. So this is not a good thing. And it doesn't show love to my neighbors and my loved ones to completely be blind to this entire other aspect to them. And keep in mind, just because somebody has a bad streak doesn't mean they're a bad person. Quote one of my all-time favorite movies, what was just because you are a bad guy doesn't mean you are a bad guy. You know, that darker side is needed sometimes. Like say for example, you're walking down the street with your wife coming out of, watching Faust in the theater, and then some guy comes over and shoots your wife, and then your kid has to grow up an orphan and become Batman. You know, if Thomas Wayne, and I'm using fictional characters on purpose, if Thomas Wayne had shown a little bit more fight, no problem. You see, and hence Batman. So yeah. Chris says, I have recently realized that I was cursed at one time by someone I won't say, Cass, but you remember when you told me that you saw something in my throat chakra. Yeah, I remember that. Like a year after that, I was taking a shower and I coughed and something came out of my mouth and I literally flew between my lips. I flushed it. I have no clue what it was, but it was like a gum. Wow. Well, it would not be the first time that a curse has manifested physically into a ball of mucus and then ejected itself from the body. And I hate to be gross, but full on metaphysical study is not pretty, and it's not for the faint-hearted. Um, it wouldn't be the first time. One of the ways that we used to be able to tell that my work had worked was the person in questions would start coughing up this black shit, this black goo, you know. And I'm not sure. I don't think it's the same black goo that the UFO crowd's talking about it, but it was like dead blood that hadn't coagulated, is what it would look like. You see what I mean? I never got a chance to get a hold of a live sample, but mm. The thing is, mucus. I'm sorry, this is so gross. Uh, Mucus has many of the transitory properties of water with some durability built in. Therefore, a great deal of um, mm, energy equations can rest in the mucus. Hence, why STDs. That's the shamanistic explanation for STDs. All right, not gonna say another word. But yeah, if you coughed up a curse, or even if it wasn't a curse, if something was blinding you to somebody's behavior, it is entirely possible your throat chakra could have gathered that denial up and said, "Get the fuck out of here," you know. But as you guys can see from my hair, I am in fact recharging. I don't know if I'm ever going to regain my full power again, but let's just say you can throw your rock and hide your hand, work against the dark, working in the dark against your fellow man. And that's all I have to say about that. So hopefully I'll be back up to snuff soon. We are going to be going back to tarot readings. Basically, when you have to build yourself up from a crash this hard, you have to build yourself up from scratch, and you know that's it. That's all you can do. If I ever want to be able to retain my power again, and I don't mean like superpowers or psychics, I'm talking about just like my staying power, my show power, my power of charisma, just like my power, then I have to push myself. That's part of the reason I'm doing this show, and I'm so glad I did. You have no idea. I'm a performer like everybody else, like any other performer, and we do need that attention. You know, Chris says, "Thanks. It makes sense." I'm glad. I'm sorry if I was too gross. That is one unfortunate thing about the path of the shaman or the path of medicine, however you want to say it, is that you're dealing with a lot of the meaner aspects of life. I have more than once had to make a poultice out of animal feces. It's what you got to do. You know what I mean? For that particular thing. Bottom line, dude needed his fucking horse stables uncursed. Back in Atwater, there's a lot of farmland and a lot of people have horses and shit like that, and they all hate each other. So, you know. So yeah, I try to be more politic about it, but unfortunately, when it comes to recognizing the majesty of the Earth Mother, mm, it gets funky. Just watch Practical Magic. Remember, sir, it doesn't go on your head. Well, where does it go? Try to remember. The guy stands still for a few seconds. He goes, "Oh, right," and then he runs out. And he runs out. Shannon's a Wiccan. I had to ask her, Shannon, where does it go? And she just was laughing. And she's like, I'm not going to tell you. Which leads me to believe it went up his pooper. I don't know what you guys think, but Earth symbiosis is very, very visceral. It is. That's just the way it is. That doesn't mean it's very bloody. It doesn't have to be bloody and painful and horrible. It doesn't have to be nature ridden tooth and claw. You can dance with nature and get everything you need. Entire technologies are built on this, and we're trying to bring them to you. Chris says, I figured that's what it was. I feel so much more aware and healthier, and I lost fat and gained muscle. That's a very good sign. That's a very good sign. Um, I just want for the sake of the skeptics, um, that does mean that does mean there could be like a medical explanation as well. Okay. I will never advise people to not listen to their doctor. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. I made it almost an hour, and that is cool. I'm pretty happy. Uh, we've got a lot of data about the comments, and I proved to myself I can do it. I can just get up and do a show. Booyah! That's a little victory dance from a 90s movie called Spawn. Although in the movie is performed by a midget clown. So I guess I will see you guys on Saturday with the Universal Constant Consciousness Part 2. And again, that should be a lot more organized. I'll have, I have a lot of subjects I wanted to get to, but with everything going on in the background, we're learning how, the rhythm of the new studio. So I will see you guys in a couple of days, and I want to thank you all for being here with me. And not just you guys watching live right now, but thank you every single one of you who came on this journey, even if you decided to hate me later. Every one of you that walked at least one step with me, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Hold on, let me get down to the thing because, yeah. All right. Love you, everybody. Be safe out there.